When you marooned me on that godforsaken spit of land, you forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
So guess what? They're cooking up another Pirates of the Caribbean movie. But hold on to your pirate hats because there's no release date yet. Here's the lowdown on all the juicy details we know so far about Pirates of the Caribbean 6. And stick around till the end to know why bringing back a certain character, hint, not Jack Sparrow, is a must. Even though it's been a while since we sailed the seas with Captain Jack, the Pirates of the Caribbean saga isn't ready to walk the plank just yet. We're all wondering how the story will unfold this time around and whether our favorite pirate, Johnny Depp, will be back in action. Remember when The Curse of the Black Pearl hit theaters? It totally blew everyone away. Before that, pirate movies were like buried treasure. Nobody thought they'd strike gold at the box office. But, lo and behold, Pirates of the Caribbean became a global sensation, earning Depp some serious accolades, including an Oscar nod for his iconic role as Jack Sparrow. Fast forward to 2017, and Dead Men Tell No Tales raked in nearly $800 million worldwide. Disney saw those doubloons rolling in and announced plans for another adventure on the high seas back in 2018. They even teased us with a reboot starring Margot Robbie, but that ship never set sail. However, fear not, mateys. Despite the wait, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is still in the works, even if the release date is as distant as the horizon. So, what can we expect from this new swashbuckling tale? Let's dive in and find out. Now, remember all the chatter about whether Johnny Depp would sail back as Captain Jack Sparrow? Well, it looks like we're in for a twist. The latest scoop says Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is set to reboot the whole shebang. Jerry Bruckheimer, the mastermind producer behind the franchise, spilled the beans on the plans to keep the pirate ship afloat. But here's the kicker. They're steering away from depending on specific actors. Bruckheimer made it crystal clear that the next pirate's adventure would be a fresh start, a reboot in every sense of the word. And yep, when he mentioned certain actors, it's a safe bet he's talking about Depp. Now, we've all been caught up in the Depp Disney drama, especially after his legal battles with Amber Heard. But Bruckheimer's got a different course charted. While this reboot news doesn't shut the door on Depp's return entirely, it sure seems like the era of Captain Jack Sparrow might be reaching its final destination. Here's what Bruckheimer had to say in full. We're going to reboot Pirates, so that is easier to put together because you don't have to wait for certain actors. A new Pirates of the Caribbean movie is officially in the works. The confirmation came back in 2018, but the journey hasn't been smooth sailing since Disney unveiled their intentions. When Deadpool co-writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick stepped away in 2019, Disney turned to Craig Mazin and Ted Elliott to pen the script. Director Joachim Rønning is back on board for this adventure. Fast forward to March 2024, and producer Jerry Bruckheimer has reassured fans that the project is still underway, but with an exciting twist. Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is set to be a reboot. So what's the scoop on the Pirates of the Caribbean 6 cast? Well, shiver me timbers, because as of now, it's all a mystery. While we know the sixth film is definitely happening, there's no word yet on who will be swashbuckling on screen. Now here's the real treasure. Jerry Bruckheimer dropped a bombshell when he announced that the next movie would reboot the whole thing. And what does that mean? It's looking like none of the old crew will be returning to their roles. Yep, you heard it right. Bruckheimer's been pretty clear, especially with his talk about certain actors. Seems like Captain Jack Sparrow, aka Johnny Depp, won't be making a comeback. What's next for the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise? Well, it's a bit like navigating through foggy waters at the moment. With Pirates of the Caribbean 6 being rebooted, the story details are as murky as the depths of Davy Jones' locker. Disney's decision to hit the reset button opens up a treasure trove of possibilities for where the saga could sail next. Will it be a full-on reboot, starting afresh from square one? Or perhaps a softer reboot, exploring new tales in different corners of the Caribbean? Only time will unfurl the sails and reveal Disney's grand plans for Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Meanwhile, for those eager for more news and info, Colin McCormick over at Screen Rant has been keeping a weather eye on the horizon. Colin's been part of the crew since 2019, diving deep into all things cinema and gaming. From blockbuster news to hidden gems, he's your go-to guy for the latest buzz. And he's got a soft spot for crime stories with a twist of dark humor, just like the tales spun by his favorite author, Elmore Leonard. So here's the thing about Pirates of the Caribbean 6. It needs to bring back Will Turner. Now, we all know the original trilogy had its fair share of ups and downs, especially with all those tangled plots and a flood of characters, but let's face it, the later movies, where Jack Sparrow took center stage, didn't quite hit the mark either. Turns out, just giving Depp more screen time wasn't the solution. No, what the Pirates movies really need is to get back to their roots, to the heroes of the original trilogy. Remember that last-minute cameo from Knightley and Bloom in the 5th movie? Yeah, that was a bit of a letdown, wasn't it? But here's the thing. Out of the main trio, Will Turner's got the most story left to tell. I mean, just look at where we left off with him. Cursed to captain the Flying Dutchman for a decade, torn away from his love Elizabeth. It's a tale begging for resolution. So forget about Jack Sparrow for now. It's Will Turner who deserves the spotlight in Pirates of the Caribbean 6. His journey has been tough, from cursed captain to finally reuniting with Elizabeth. The 5th movie even hinted at a follow-up to his story, but with the long wait between movies, who knows if we'll see it come to fruition. Will's fate in the Pirates of the Caribbean series has left fans scratching their heads with a treasure trove of unanswered questions. After all, what happens now that his time as captain of the Flying Dutchman has come to an end? Pirates of the Caribbean 5 teased us with a post-credit scene, hinting at Davy Jones seeking revenge. But how did Jones even survive? And why did he wait a whole decade to strike? And what about the vacancy for captain of the Dutchman? Who's stepping up to the helm in Will's absence? Not to mention, how often did Will and Elizabeth manage to reunite during those years in between? With Pirates of the Caribbean 6 on the horizon, there's a chance for these mysteries to finally walk the plank. Depending on when the sequel is set, it could dive deep into these unanswered questions. And let's not forget how much Will seemed to change in the 5th movie. What's the story behind that transformation? And what's in store for him when Elizabeth eventually passes away? Is he immortal, tied to the Dutchman? Or did he lose his powers when he gave up command? Will he live out his days in peace with Elizabeth, face Davy Jones's fury, or be cursed to an eternal existence once she's gone? As Pirates of the Caribbean 6 sets sail with the possibility of recasting Jack Sparrow, it might be wise to consider a similar approach for Will Turner. If we're introducing a new face for Jack, why not do the same for Will? This way, the series can keep the story alive without being tethered to the original cast. In fact, having Bloom's character remain alongside a new Jack Sparrow might create more confusion. By recasting Will Turner alongside Johnny Depp's Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean 6, the franchise could finally give its hero the proper ending he deserves. This fresh approach could breathe new life into the series while providing closure to Will's journey. After all, every pirate deserves a chance to sail off into the sunset, regardless of who's at the helm. Well, that's it for today. For now, make sure that you like our video. Please share your views in the comments section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. See you at the next one.